The one that I really loved actually was Strengths Finder. I think it's now called Clifton Strengths. Okay. And you can buy the book, and the book's like 12 quid, and you get a free test with it, I think. Or you can buy it online for 20 quid. It's dead cheap. And because what I loved about that is it looks at your strengths, not your weaknesses. Mm. So you can get your top 5 strengths. And mine, I showed them to my wife, Claire, and I said, what do you think of that? And she looked at them and she went, oh, that's you.
Brilliant.
So they were, I can't remember all of them now, but one of the top ones was communication.
Yeah.
I'm in the right job.
Yeah.
One was connecting.
It sort of brought you like peace to where you're at in yourself, and
yeah, and
belief,
it's also
maybe more belief that you were able to be that speaker. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it did. It's like you're in the right job, you're doing the right thing, and
we
also
want to know that sometimes, don't we?
Yeah, I think in daily life you're doing. When you're having a rough day on a Tuesday afternoon in February when it's dark, you do want to know, am I in the right job?
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I think. Yeah, that helps. So I write a lot of this stuff down.
Yeah.
So as well as just educating, people read a book and then they just move on and read another book. But I read stuff and listen to stuff, and I have got endless notes. And some really important things, I put them in certain notes on my phone. I used to do them in posh notebooks, but now I do it on my phone. Apple Notes works really well. It's got lots of great features in it now. And these things I will read.
Yeah.
Before if I'm a bit nervous doing a big talk in front of, I don't know, 200, 300 people, there's a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah, I definitely, no matter what. Like, I think that's care, though.
Yeah, it's because I'm bothered, right? Because if I wasn't bothered,
otherwise you just walk on there just like, oh. How do you prepare then before you go? So you look at these.
So I look at some of these notes, and some of these notes are testimonials from previous clients. Right. So someone sent me an unsolicited thing where someone sent me an email going, Lee, we just really appreciate that talk. It really spoke to me. Or one of my colleagues said it's really changed her life or something. Because I'm a kind of motivated by making a difference, then that really ticks my boxes. Yeah. So I will look at it beforehand and look at that. Then it might be some stuff, so some quotes or something that's meant a lot. You have them on the wall behind you.
Yeah.
Those kind of things that make...
I think they're so impactful, though. A quote you can literally just change in a moment, and you're like, wow, like, okay.
Sometimes you just need reminding,
Yeah.
And I do believe that kindness is one of the most beautiful things in the world. Always choose kindness. It's important. So there's little things like that I'll do. But what really works for me is when people have said stuff about me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that's a nice email. And you send an email back going, thank you. And then people usually go archive or delete the email.
And you save it.
I save it.
That's really beautiful.
And I print it out. And no one else sees this. It's not an egotistical thing. I don't go around saying, Katie, can I just show you my testimonials? I mean,
that was earlier.
Because obviously you're on LinkedIn and a lot of them are there and stuff. So I genuinely do print them out and cut and paste them into notes. So, so that I can just have a word of myself before I talk. So if I do something that's a bit bigger, they often do this thing where, can you sit on the stage, like the bosses and the guests and I'm like, do you mind if I just sit at the back? Because I might want to nip to the loo and I want to get, so I got the back, so I'll just be on my phone at the back. I'm listening to what's going on, but then I'm just like, going, okay, just take a moment, Lee. So you could say it's a bit of mindfulness. I'm taking a moment to look at my stuff and go, okay, just remind yourself that you did that. And I remember one particular journey, pre-COVID, I remember. Isn't it funny how we think of pre and post-COVID? Isn't that a funny thing? I was on the train to London, you've done it 100 times, Leeds to King's Cross, 2 hours, 20 minutes. I'm on there and I was getting closer to this gig in London. I was working with loads of solicitors.
Yeah.
And I suddenly started, the self-talk in my head was like, who do you think you are to go and talk to all these posh people in London, Lee? You haven't even got a degree. And I could hear this stuff going on in my head. And so I just thought, I'm just going to counter that with some questions. And so my questions, I ask really stupid questions. This really works. Ask yourself stupid questions, and then your mind goes, yeah. So I started asking myself things like, Lee, have you ever done a talk before? Yeah, you've done hundreds. So shut up and just get on with your job.
Yeah.
Lee, have you written a book about this? Yeah, I've written 13 books. Right. So shut up and just get on with it.
Isn't it odd though, the mind does that?
Yeah, the psychologists call them ants, don't they? Automatic negative thoughts.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, ANTS. Yeah, so they're there for our safety. So our brain says that it stops you running into the road.
Yeah, of course.
You know, there's like safety
The
things like, oh,
mind.
yeah, it's like you could get run over, so therefore don't walk on the road. So they're quite normal and good things, but the problem is that they can be amplified by our bad experiences or.
It's trying to protect you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a protection.
But it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't help when you've got to do that thing, and that's your job, and then it's like, where are you going with this?
Most things are out of our comfort zone. I mean, I feel quite relaxed now, but did I feel nervous before chatting to you? Maybe slightly, not nervous, but I'm preparing for it.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I watched a couple of your podcasts. I wanted to understand, you know, because I'm preparing for it. I'm making the prep.
Trying to ease the moment so that it's not going to allow those ants to come in. I like that, ants.